What's up, everybody? Coach Springer, Spartan Basketball, back with another car series, and interesting lesson, kind of more of a revelation that came to me today. You know, sometimes lessons, sometimes just me thinking through things. I figure some things out, but it has a lot to do with my basketball team that I'm coaching right now, high school team. You know, we're not winning the ball games that we would like to win, and there's a lot of things that could come into play, and you know, they don't really become factors until maybe you've lost a few games and you lost some consecutive games. All these other factors start coming in. People start making reasons for it not happening, whether it be they're young or we don't have this or blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I even found myself starting to fall victim to them, and that's silly because I know better than that. I really know better than that, and I got to get away from that. And the thing that it's really starting to get to is almost like, because we haven't really hit our first win yet, that now we're starting to play just for that first win. And I think, you know, that's critical. I mean, that is an important step. You got to get one to get two to get to the state, whatever you're going to do. But at the same time, it's almost like we're losing that vision of the end route, okay? Because, you know, okay, so if we're playing to be this team to get our first win, well, one, that's kind of, you know, that's not really measurable. You know, I mean, it is to a degree, but not really, because what is that? Okay, well, this game we could have had a few less turnovers. This game we could have had more rebounds. This game we could have shot the ball better. So when you look at it from that aspect, it's like, well, what do we have to be? Where do we have to grow? Where do we have to take it to be the team that wins our first one? Where instead, why don't we keep working towards what we wanted to work towards the beginning before we knew we were going to lose any games, and work towards being that state championship team? And that just made so much more sense to me, because that's the end result in mind, which is everything I've ever been trained and taught to do, is to think with the end result in mind. No matter where you are in your plan, whether it's being successful or it's achieving, and you just tweak the small things within that. Because think about this too. If we're still moving towards being that championship team, well then, if we're getting closer to that, then we're going to win ball games. I mean, we're going to be good enough to win some games, and then it kind of comes down to that. So, you know, when you think about it, it's really about keeping the end result in mind, whether you're seeing immediate success or not, and just playing to that and focusing on that and pushing forward with that. That is the key element there, keeping the end in mind. And, you know, here's the thing is, I've got a copy of the state championship game from last year in our 1A TAPS division. And I looked at it, two good teams. Two really good teams that played basketball really well, especially in that game. But, well, track back. They did some things very well. And they're things that we are actually getting better at without me even looking at that video and knowing that. But now that I know, we are doing those things. There's a few things we got to do less of, and there's a few things we got to do more of, but we are on track. I mean, the things that we get better at every game are the things that I saw consistent in both teams. So to me, that says, okay, we still got the end result in mind. We may not have the immediate success we want right now, but the end result is in mind, and we're moving towards it, and that's where we got to keep it, whether we struggle or we succeed before then. And that's what's critical. So that's the lesson for today. Take care. God bless.